Hi everyone, this is Alejandro Cremades, and today we're going to be talking about how long it takes to create a pitch deck. So before we get started, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and this way you will never miss out on any of the videos that we roll out every week. So in today's video, we're really gonna go into it, provide you with some insights, breakdowns, and all of that good stuff that is pertaining to perhaps the time and the length and effort that is going to go into putting together your pitch deck. So with that being said, let's get into it. So timing is everything. This is one of the things that you really want to keep in mind, because the thing is that you want to time the creation of the pitch deck with the market, with your situation, with perhaps the amount of money that you have on hand in order to really get to the next level and really get that money in. So what you want to do is understand how much time do you really need in advance to sit down and start putting together all the slides so that you're not pressured. As Napoleon said, dress me slow as I'm in a hurry. So essentially that's the same thing. You want to know what time frame are you dealing with? By when do you need this money? Are there going to be any market conditions? Maybe is there going to be perhaps another coronavirus, or is there going to be a presidential election, or what that is that could impact your potential opportunity of getting access to money? So this is why you really want to get clear as to what's going on with timing. And then you just get in motion. So when it comes to the amount of time, it can literally be from as little as a couple of hours to all the way up to hundreds of hours. The truth of the matter is that creating a pitch deck is never going to be a complete process. It's never going to be final. And the reason for this is because it's a work in progress. You're always iterating. You're always optimizing the story, because every day you're listening to customers, you're listening to investors, and every single conversation is going to open up perhaps a hole that was there that you didn't even know that was there. As they say, you don't know what you don't know. But typically on average, I've heard that it could be closer to the 100 hours if you put all the research, all the thought, all the conversations, that network of discussions that have happened around the problem, around the solution that you're bringing to market, before you actually put it into paper. So obviously you're going to account for all that research as well. So 2 hacks to really kick it in the high gear. So one is using a template. You can use the template below that founders are using all over the world to raise millions. It's completely for free. You can literally grab it, make it your own, even throw in there your own design, and that way you don't have to start from scratch. Because the thing is that when you're putting together a pitch deck, it needs to have a certain flow, it needs to have a certain structure that the investor actually knows and that really recognizes from other decks that they've seen. You don't want to make them extra hard. And for that reason, you want to give them something that they're used to, that they've seen in the past. And for that reason, don't start from scratch. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, just replicate it. You can also hire a pitch deck pro. This could be maybe like you're using a site like Upwork, or maybe you're perhaps hiring a company like what we're doing at Panthera Advisors to help you with really putting all the materials together. But essentially, you gotta understand that you have enough going on with understanding the execution of your business, and that's a massive steep learning curve. So perhaps you can relieve yourself by getting someone to really capture the essence of the story that you share with them, and to put it with pen and paper so that it comes in the most powerful way possible. Then you want to build the target list of investors. The target list of investors also is going to help you in understanding perhaps how you're going to be crafting the deck, what kind of investment thesis they're excited about. Maybe you're going to see that pattern recognition there of these guys or gals that are investing in the same way with the type of business in a certain shape or form. And that is going to help you understand perhaps the amount of length and time as well and effort that is going to go into putting together your deck. Now, the investment thesis of these people typically is going to revolve around the financing cycle, also your segment, the geographic location. So those are things that you want to make sure that you're including as part of the deck, essentially. Then you need to allow for research. Time and really putting all that time into research is going to be essential, because you want to make sure that whatever you're putting on paper, and anything that you put on paper is going to stay forever. Once you send it, you lost control over that. So whatever you're putting out there, make sure that you can back it up. Any claim, any statement, any perhaps numbers that you're putting out there around the market, you want to be able to back it up. Now, some of those things that you want to research for are the following: market size, market trends and direction, verifying the problem, marketing strategies, costs and profit margins. Now, in terms of images and editing, please stay away from creating a deck that is full of text that requires for someone to read from top to bottom, because you're going to lose people. Remember, the attention span of investors is very small. Literally, they only invest 2 minutes and 41 seconds per presentation. So with that being said, you want to have a very nice balance between visuals and also text. The less text and the more visuals, actually the better. So you want to allow at least 2 to 4 weeks for this, because it's just not the perhaps images. It could be your logo. You can use great websites like 99 Designs to help you with the logo. You can use perhaps Upwork or other websites where you can hire a freelancer to help you with the design or with the visuals that you're going to be adding to the deck to really represent your product and your service in the best light possible. Developing the copy is another big one. And here it's not about just throwing whatever text on the deck. You want to be thoughtful about the words that you're using. You want to use linguistic that is going to land for whoever is reviewing the deck in a very simple and concise manner, so that they understand, they are excited about what you're putting out there for them to review, and that they get enrolled in that future, in that possibility that you're coming up with. So here you may need a copywriter. Again, you can get a freelancer, and typically these people get booked very quickly. So allow there for like 2 to 4 weeks again to really get it and nail it to the T when it comes to the right language that you're using on those 15 to 25 slides, which is essentially the length of a pitch deck. Then you're gonna perhaps allocate another 1 to 2 weeks for tweaking, for sharing with people in your first and second degree network. Because here's the thing, before you go out there, you wanna really grab this and put it with people that you can trust, that they know you, that they are familiar with what you're building, and that perhaps they can help you with identifying certain things that you didn't know were there. It could be your family member, it could be your former colleague, it could be another fellow entrepreneur that you can share the deck so that they can perhaps give you some feedback. So feedback is critical. Don't just keep the idea to yourself. Don't just, I want to get everyone to sign an NDA. Really get this to be crowdsourced, because the more eyes, the more help is going to be, the better to nail it with the right sophisticated investors that you're going to be putting this in front of. So with that being said, hit a like on this video, leave a comment below and let me know what you're up to, and then also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on all the videos that we're rolling out every week. And then if you're raising money and you need help, shoot me a note at alejandro@pantheraadvisors.com. We'd love to help out. Thank you so much for watching.